Good morning, beautiful people. It's been fun these past couple days because doing these videos has been legitimately the first time I've spoken words since waking up every single morning. And the pollen and everything in the air overnight really is changing my voice. So you get to hear my morning voice on these videos every day. But I'm excited to tune in with you. These videos have been really beneficial for me and hopefully anyone who's watching. They're bringing you a little joy in the day too. It's really helped me to start my day off right, start my day off connected, and feeling empowered, feeling like my true self, and feeling like there's something we can do in this moment of chaos and darkness and heaviness and separation. Most of you who know me know that my day life, I spend a lot of time in the substance use field. I work in prevention and I do some intervention for young people who are currently using. And in that space, I'm getting a little burnt out because the truth of the matter is we're living in a culture right now where disconnection, right? Where avoidance, where self-medicating, where not feeling emotions, separating yourself from emotions, separating yourself from hard things, and separating yourself from yourself is really being applauded, really being encouraged in so many ways. And it's getting exhausting. But I'm finding that these morning messages are a way for me to counter some of that. Because when I sit here and bring a message to you and encourage you to see if it resonates, encourage you to see if this holds some truth and meaning for you, I am encouraging you to reconnect. I'm encouraging you to come back into the world, come back into your body, come back and connect with your highest self that may be hiding under all the scars and the injury and the fear and the uncertainty and the doubt. I'm asking you to come back to that place. And that's what we need more of. So these little messages in the morning have been giving me a gift that I didn't even know it would, of just being able to bring space to like, no, don't turn away and run away. Don't avoid yourself. Don't avoid the hard stuff. Don't avoid witnessing the world and seeing what is truly happening. Don't disconnect. Let's reconnect, and let's reconnect deeper. So with all that, let's jump into it. Let's reconnect deeper as a group. Let's acknowledge as we open this space that the world is not how we want it to be, that people are hurting, that people are scared, that people are being targeted, that Mother Earth is being targeted, that she is being used and misused and abused in crazy ways, and it's being encouraged by people of power. But that doesn't mean we shut down. That doesn't mean that we stop loving Mother Earth, that we stop protecting her in the ways that we can, that we stop speaking out. And that doesn't mean that we stop protecting, caring for, and loving our neighbor as ourselves. It means that we do it even deeper and we figure out how to get ourselves healthy. We figure out how to get ourselves in alignment so that whenever we do those acts of kindness, those acts of service for both Mother Earth, for our community, for the animal life on our planet, that we're doing it, kind of pulling back to yesterday's message, from a space of love, of empowerment, of calm, and not of fear, of panic. Because when we are even trying to do things that are loving, that are bringing back the unity, if we're doing them from a space of fear and panic, things still fall apart. So we need to get grounded, and we need to get grounded within ourselves and with our own knowing. We need to do our own healing work to be the best activists, to be the best community agents of change that we possibly can. So I'm going to bring you a little bit of insight from spirit or love energy that can hopefully help us all to do that, to do a little bit of healing, to do a little bit of grounding, and be the best servants for our neighbor and Mother Earth that we can possibly be. So let's tune in and see what the message is today. So the first thing that I'm hearing, and it's kind of cheesy language, but the way that spirit works with me is that they can only use the language that's in my system, right? So whatever language I'm picking up on, reading, connecting with is how they're going to talk to me. So for those of you who kind of cringe at this word, I'm going to tell you, you get to own it today. You are part of this tribe. If you are listening to this word belongs to you. And they're using the word light worker. And that word has been misused and kind of had bad attention brought to it. And it does feel kind of cheesy, but let's break it down really quickly. Light worker, someone who is working, someone who is actively causing more light to be brought into this world, someone who is actively pushing against the darkness, saying no more, saying this is not the world that I want to live in. I'm going to show you the world that is possible, and I'm going to do it by bringing in hope, by bringing in inspiration, by bringing in love, by bringing in determination to say no and put my hand up. And I'm just seeing like good old Gandalf, right, with his staff saying, "You shall not pass," and saying no to the darkness, right? So they're saying light worker, and they're saying light workers unite. And the message that I'm getting is that so many of you, like myself, who are watching this video this morning or this afternoon or whenever you're watching it, are feeling isolated, are feeling like you are up against a whole lot, that there are not necessarily people in your life, in your day-to-day life, that you can speak to about this important topic of self-actualization, of human divinity, of being a light worker, of having hope, that everything has to be practical. There are a lot of us right now that are at least speaking in the spaces about, all right, let's get out and vote. Let's push it back against the darkness in these very practical, intellectual type of ways. And that's great. Like, that is important. But there are not enough of us uniting together and talking about the spiritual aspect of what we're trying to do, about the spiritual aspect of why we need to heal in this moment. And gosh darn it, folks, like, Spirit is very adamant about this right now. True healing, the type of healing that each of us need to go through. So we're not disconnecting, we're not dissociating, we're not using substances like I was just talking about to self-medicate or to pull away or to avoid, is that type of healing can only happen in community. We need to be talking about the fact that we are trying to connect, that we are trying to go deep, that we're trying to discover who we are. We can't be doing this in our little bubbles by ourselves all the time. We need to find our people that are trying to do the same work. So that's the message right now. They're keeping it super simple. They're saying, stop avoiding talking about these things out loud. Stop talking about your own spiritual inspiration, intuition. Stop holding back on talking about the healing and the spiritual nature of what we're trying to do in this moment. So go out today, figure out how you're going to bring this topic into the space, that you're going to talk about it, that you're going to say it proudly and loudly, that this is important. Because we can't keep doing everything to push back against this moment in time just from the intellectual sphere. It's important, but it needs to be connected to a spiritual root. It needs to be grounded within each of us, and it needs to be connected to the healing work each and every single one of us do. Because even if we are able in the intellectual space to push back against some of the nonsense, if that is not attached to true groundedness, true healing, true authentic selves in the people who are leading it, then power will still corrupt, right? Great power in the hands of few will still corrupt unless we are fully grounded, fully present, and fully on this healing journey and coming from a centered spiritual space. So I'm going to leave that with you in love and light. I think it's a really important message, and it's one of the reasons I think I've been called to this space and been being called to be a little bit more open and authentic about my own journey and just let people know who I really am and what I've been doing for years. Because I do see myself as someone who's very much connected to the reality of this moment. I am a civil servant, right? I am a servant leader. I am here in this space with folks. But we need to add that spiritual element to everything that we're doing. And we need to claim the fact that we are on a spiritual journey. If you're being called to watch this video, if this resonates with you at all, you are a light worker. So welcome. And if you can't find someone in your everyday, today, physical world life yet to talk about that journey, talk about it in the comment section. I got a bunch of comments yesterday, and everyone that commented yesterday, I know them really, really well. They're on this journey with you. So please build community there for now until you're able to build community in your space. Reach out to me. I love having these conversations. We can talk about your healing journey, just you and me, one-on-one. We could talk about your healing journey, what that looks like, and how you bring your full self into this moment to push back against the darkness and the separation. So thanks for joining me. Have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you soon.